Every footballer starts the year with a dream, to score more goals, to get more playing time, or to finally get noticed. But here's the harsh truth. Dreams don't come true on their own. Without a plan, without accountability, and without a system to overcome the challenges ahead, most players end up in the same place that they started. But not you, not this year. Because today we're not just talking about chasing your dreams, we're talking about realizing them once and for all. In this video, I'll walk you through the 3C framework, the final piece in a series that will give you everything you need to turn your football goals into reality in 2025. If this is the first video you've come across, don't worry. Each exercise we'll do today stands on its own and will make an impact right away. But if you've watched the first 2 videos in this series, you will see how everything fits together in a powerful system. Here's what we're doing today. First, we'll tackle your biggest challenges, identifying what could hold you back, and then creating solutions to overcome those challenges. Secondly, we'll make a commitment with the 2025 promise, where you will sign a contract to hold yourself accountable and ensure you stay on track. And finally, I'll introduce you to Project Reborn 2, a transformative way for you to stay motivated and connect with a community of players who are just as ambitious and as driven as you are. This is your chance to not just prepare for 2025, but to make it yours. So whether this is your first video or if you have been with me from the beginning, stick around. The tools you'll get today could be the difference between staying where you are and becoming the player that you always wanted to be. If you're ready, then for the final time of 2024, let's begin. 3C framework. Challenge. By performing the exercises from the first 2 videos, you have laid out a great foundation for 2025, because now you know what you need to improve, how to improve it, and when to do it. In an ideal world, you have already set yourself up for incredible success in 2025, and that is incredible. However, unfortunately, we don't live in an ideal, perfect world where everything will go exactly how we want it to go. And this is where a lot of players fail, because when their plans don't work anymore, they give up. I don't want you to be that player. I want you to be the player that stands firm and know that this year of 2025, it will go up and it will go down, but you will still keep going even when things don't go your way. As with the first 2 videos, you will find a folder within a link in the description where you will find all the exercises to the 3C framework, from which you can download them and even print them out if you want to. Or you just take a notebook or a blank piece of paper and you copy the steps on there. In this first exercise of the 3C framework, a big part of it is recognizing some of the potential challenges that we may face in 2025. We will do this by answering 3 different questions. For these questions, the more honest you are with yourself, the better answers you will get out of it, and the more likely you are to be able to handle those challenges when they arrive. Now, let's head into the first question. What's the top 3 challenges or fears that can hold you back in 2025? This is very personal for me, but I always want to remain open and transparent and provide you with an as real and authentic perspective as possible of what it means to actually be a footballer, than to just simply pretend like I have no worries or that I have no fears. But for my top 3 challenges of 2025, I wrote: not playing in a team, relying on myself to improve, miss being part of a team. This is something that I think I will struggle with as the months pass and as we head further and further into 2025. I then wrote: make the same mistakes as last year, try to take too much on, my career and my development suffers. This was a big problem this year, where I tried to balance pursuing a football career with growing my YouTube channel and my business while studying at university at the same time, and also trying to have some form of social life. And for the last one, I wrote: scary and lonely to possibly leave Sweden for a new country and a new culture. This is a big fear of mine, that I will move out of my home country for the first time and experience massive feelings of loneliness. However, as we go into the next question, it's time for us to start finding possible solutions for these challenges that might arise. These were the solutions that I came up with to my potential problems. For not playing in a team and solely relying on myself to improve, my solution was to prepare well, to have a plan, train with other players, and work with my mentor for guidance and accountability. To avoid making the same mistakes as last year, my solution was to prioritize what I want to do and think more long term. That means that instead of trying to do everything now and at once, I will have to start to prioritize and understand that for the long term, this is the best solution for me. For my final issue of adapting to a new life in a new country, I wrote, recognize that this is my dream and that it will be uncomfortable since I'm leaving my comfort zone. Now the final question on the paper is, who can you turn to for support? Here, the more specific and the more clear you are, the better. Write down the names of people that you know and that you trust and that you can turn to for support in 2025. I wrote family, friends, mentor, and community. Now, the challenges or the fears that you express in this exercise, they may not be the same ones that you actually face in 2025. But what we have done is something even more important. You can never really prepare for what will come. But now, first of all, we have stayed humble and we have stayed understanding of the fact that 2025 will present itself with challenges and with setbacks. And by coming up with possible solutions for these challenges, we have showed ourselves that we don't have to give up when they happen, because there will always be a solution. Finally, we have recognized that we don't have to go through this journey alone. We have written down different peoples in our lives that we know and that we trust, and whom we can turn to for support when things get tough. 3C framework. Commit. Some of you may recognize this next exercise from a previous video on my channel, but this one is slightly different. For the ones who are new, this is a commitment contract which is not legally binding by any means, but more so a way for you to hold yourself accountable to your goals and dreams and to the journey that you will start in 2025. It's called the 2025 Promise, and by signing it, you promise yourself that you'll stick to your plans and goals that you have made for the new year. My recommendation is to print this contract out, sign it, and then keep it in a place where you see it every day, because that will act as a daily reminder for what you have signed up for in 2025 and make it much more likely that you actually succeed with your goals. 3C framework, conquer. To be honest, you have performed all the steps you need to set yourself up for a great 2025. The harsh reality is that you haven't really made any progress in your career yet. Don't get me wrong, you have created a plan and that is fantastic, and you're probably already doing better than 99% of players out there in the world heading into 2025, but a plan without action is worthless, and action is usually the hardest thing to sustain. For 2025, I want to succeed with my goals and I want you to do the same. A little more than a year ago, I started a new project here on the channel called Project REBORN. It was an initiative for me to achieve a complete transformation as a footballer and to come out on the other side as a new player. For large parts of 2024, I made fantastic progress, but eventually the project was put on hold. But today, I'm thrilled to announce that the project is coming back, stronger, bigger, and bolder than ever before. Introducing Project REBORN 2. This time, it's not just a project for me. This time, Project REBORN will become a global movement for footballers looking to achieve a complete transformation of themselves, both on and off the pitch. Starting January the 1st, 2025, the new journey kicks off with the release of the first episode of Project REBORN 2. But that's not all. Remember how in the first exercise I mentioned community as a place to turn to for support? That community is none other than the REBORN Community. Launching officially on January the 1st alongside episode 1 of Project REBORN 2, this will be the ultimate place for footballers worldwide to share their journeys, stay motivated, and hold each other accountable. It's a place where I'll release exclusive content, training plans, and other resources to help you in your own reborn journey. This is your chance to join a like-minded group of players who are all striving for the same thing, to realize their football dreams. And if you made it this far in the video, I've got something special for you. The REBORN community is already open for early access ahead of episode 1 dropping on January the 1st. And here's the best part. If you sign up now using the code REBORN2025, you'll get an exclusive discount and be fully set up to hit the ground running in the new year. Let's make 2025 the year that we finally turn our football dreams into reality. I'll see you on January the 1st for the first episode of Project REBORN 2. Now it's time to be reborn, and let's do this together this time.